My name is Clemmie Greenleaf. I grew up in East Nashville. We're the poorest part of East Nashville, so let me put it that way. I grew up poor. My parents was poor, my father and my mother, my grandparents. My mother was a maid, and my father was a truck driver for a beer company. And so at a very early age, I was introduced to alcohol off the top. I didn't think anything about it now, but you'll hear a little more about it later on in my story. Um, Knowing that my mom would leave the house every day and go to this big pretty neighborhood that she used to take me with her to work, and go to this big pretty neighborhood with all these big pretty houses, and wondering why we come back to this little old raggedy shack, wooded house with sheets hanging in the wonderful curtains, and they got silk hanging in their windows for curtains. I never understood that at the age of 5, 6, and 7. But I always wanting to know why my mama keep coming every morning, but we're not seeing anything different. Like our house is nowhere near keep looking like their house. And just one day out of nowhere, I decided to leave the room that my mom always put me in full of all these toys. I mean, it's a room that's so big and so plentiful with toys that you never got bored, because we never saw all those toys at our home. I decided to let me see what she's doing in this house, because I've been coming here 4, 5 years now. I'm 7, I'm 8, I'm 9. We still coming, but she never let me see what she do at this house. And the day that I decided to be nosy, because this is exactly what I done, and went to this big door and opened it, and the door that I opened was the door to the kitchen. And the kitchen not only being beautiful and big and stainless clean, but it was a kitchen that had my mother on the floor on her knees with a mop bucket, a brush, and a toothbrush. And that right there was enough to change my entire life at that age. I knew then that, what is this? What are you doing? Why are you down here on the floor? And better yet, why are you down here scrubbing this floor? Because at that time, this is a big, beautiful house. I mean, I know she cleans it up, but I just didn't know to the degree. And once I, like I said, saw that changed my whole life. And what I mean by changing my whole life is that you're not coming back to this job. You're not cleaning no more floors. You ain't cleaning no more toilets. You're not finna do this. Is this why you been gone for 2 and 3 days? Because you have to stay over, keep the kids. Then my dad driving the bill truck. He's gone all the time. So trying to think at that age, not even 10 yet, how can I get my mom out of this? How can I stop her from cleaning these houses in Belmead and Westmead? She took a second job at a dry cleaners. That was just as degrading in slavery and sweating in the hot factory back there. So my dad, I think maybe about 2, 3 months after I had found out what my mom really do, he came to work one morning, and instead of him getting a time card, he got a pink slip. So that means his whole company, it was Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer at the time. I think some of y'all remember Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer. That it just wasn't down no more. So not only did it devastate him, my mom didn't know yet. So how can a man come home to his wife and his children and tell him, I won't be able to provide for y'all no more? A man that have taken care of their family all these time. And then back in the day, in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, it was important for the man to be the leader of the house and take care of the bills while the wife could clean and cook. So that was devastating to my dad, where he not only snapped out of it, he just went in pure depression. And by him having the access to the beer truck, even though he was driving the truck, so what's on the truck? Cases of beer. So that was all it took for my dad to become the best alcoholic that he never dreamed of becoming. So instead of me seeing grocery sacks stacked in my kitchen like a normal household, ours was stacked with cases of beer. So what do you get when you get a depressed dad, an overworked mom? You get a dysfunctional lifestyle. You get a thinking mentality of, I can't do this. What you get as a older girl, you get responsibilities. Because I got 4 siblings under me. So that means I got to feed them, I got to clothe them, I got to help them get to school. I ain't going to school. Because I got to take care of them now. So my days of knowing poverty from poor, systems of synthetics, changes from charity, I kind of learned all that right before I got 12 years old. So my means of not letting my mom go back out there and me keeping up my word that I'm taking care of you, you're not going to go back to that house. Keeping my word that long as my dad don't leave his house, he can stay his depressed butt here and just drink. I got this. Oh, how I got this is number one way to get it. And that's me go out to the streets and have somebody show me how to make some money so I can help my mom pay bills. Show me how to make some money so I can make sure my little sister and my little brother and them get some